Bang a bang a boom.
Bing a bang
Okay,
a boom,
we
baby.
are off and running. You are listening to the next edition of the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. But of course, we are talking to a porn star today, so I can say two things on this show. One, I can say the P word, which is podcast. And our podcast is available on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Odyssey and all the various places. But you are listening to a rousing edition of
Very rousing.
Fucking Around with Porn Stars. And we have got a great one with us today. She is absolutely amazing. Carter James is with us. She is the woman known around the world as CJ Hotwife.
Hot wife.
Hello.
So welcome to the big program. You are going to be part of the yet to be world famous, but soon to be infamous Southern Pleasures
Expo. Yes.
in Dallas, Texas. Actually, in Dallas, Texas. This isn't one of those things where they go, "We're going to Chicago," and they're outside the town.
Right. Yeah, it's right in the middle.
We're actually in actual Dallas, which is good.
Yep.
So CJ, talk to us a little bit about how you got started doing all this fun porn stuff.
All right. Well, so for me, my husband and I, we started in the lifestyle. I started as a hot wife. And so I think in 2020, when everybody decided to get an OnlyFans, I got one, but I was very offhands. My husband was like, "Oh, come on, like it'll be fun." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So literally, like, I would post a titty picture here and, I might like a video there, but I didn't do anything with it at all. Other than put myself online. Like I was active on Instagram and Twitter. But as far as OnlyFans, I just kind of hung out in the shadows. But one day he asked if I would ever actually do porn. And I was like, I don't think that that's for me. And then I saw the Hot Wife Tour on Twitter.
Okay.
And I started following the girls, and they were actually in Dallas. So I was going to go to their meet and greet, just say hi, see what it was kind of about. Long story short, I didn't make it there, but I did meet one of the girls down in Austin the following day. We hit it off, and then I had a guy reach out to me and wanted to see if I wanted to collab, and I'd never done anything of the sort.
Wow.
But my husband looked at me, he's like, "If you're doing it, you're doing it." And I was like, I said, "I guess we're doing it." So I did my first collab 2 days before Christmas in 2022, and I haven't stopped since.
Before Christmas, no less.
Yes, before
talk
Christmas.
about a very happy Santa Claus indeed.
Yes. So, it was a white Christmas.
That is fantastic. So as I understand, just to make sure that, it was first you saw the whole Hot Wife tour.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of connected with them. What was 20 to 2022? If I remember correctly, you said 2020. You guys were in the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You did the OnlyFans.
Yep.
That really is a relatively short period of time, kind of in the grand scheme of things. You went from I'm just sort of posting here and there, kind of booby shot, and then boom, you're like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do the porn.
Yeah.
Initially walk through, because we've run into a lot of people who over time kind of have a challenge, right? Like they hear, well, I don't know if I really wanted to do it. I kind of was thinking about them in the lifestyle. I don't know if I really was going to like it, to, hey, now I'm doing it. And it wasn't like, they're not trafficked. They're not sex trafficked. It's just, it took a while to make that leap right over to that. So sometimes people don't understand. So walk through for those people playing the home game. Walk through, like, okay, initially probably wasn't for you, why, and then maybe kind of how your mind gradually shifted over to, hey, I'm cool with this. Like, do you remember what some of your thought points and objections were at the beginning?
Yeah. The biggest holdup is, I think this is a holdup for everybody, is what happens when my family finds out.
Yeah.
That was probably my biggest hang up. But at the end of the day, when you're in the lifestyle and you're meeting these couples, like, you're already exchanging pictures with them. You're already, look what we did last night, and he's got me bent over the kitchen table, or, whatever. So you're already doing it, but you're doing it for free. I mean, really, if you talk to like anybody in the lifestyle, you're already exchanging pictures, you're already exchanging those videos, you're making those connections with them anyways.
Right.
And so for me, the biggest hang up was, what would my family think? And in the course of that 2 years, I just kind of was like, I've never gave too much thought about what anybody thinks. And I really had to hone in on, if I do this, I'm doing this for me. The reasons behind it, the financial freedom that could potentially come with this,
Right.
all of that. And that I have to be comfortable explaining that to them and understand that they're either going to accept it or not.
Did we lose her?
No, she's still there. We got her live on the air, Jiggy.
Yeah.
She was talking and then she was gone.
No, she's here. She's live.
Yeah.
She is.
Yes.
There we are.
There we
go.
Yep.
It was the vortex.
I got
the vortex
in the
reached
Midwest.
all the way to Texas and grabbed CJ out.
Grab CJ out.
CJ, go ahead and pick up where you left off, man.
Yeah, so you were saying, so you kind of got into it. You have now kind of moved into it more full time. Have you, in fact, has Uncle Stevie from Midland, Texas called you up and said, "Hey girl, I just saw you on the internet." you had any of that happen or
nobody's asked me directly, but I am close with my siblings, and them and I have had discussions, and
okay.
It gets back to them. I always joke, I was always the hot sister that everybody wanted to fuck. So they always got it from them anyway. So, it's those guys that are finding it and they'll reach out to them. And he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. I'm like, ignore them. That's what they want. They want you to, they're too afraid to ask me, which is why they're asking you.
Right on.
So,
okay. That makes sense. I mean, from our perspective, I know that I know Jiggy is and his wife Britannica. I know they got family members. I know my family is aware. So it's one of those things. It takes a bit. There's that initial, holy shit, you did what again? There's that moment, and then it kind of comes back to that. So, out of curiosity, what has been their general opinion? Are they more like, hey, go girl, you way to own it, or did you have mixed? How many siblings? I don't want you to give away the whole family tree here, but you got 3, 4, 5, big family, small, just a couple. Like
I have two brothers, so yeah.
Oh Lord, protective action. Okay, all right. So, what were their actual like? What I got to know what they said.
My one brother is he's a man of very few words. So, he was just like, you're clearly living your life the way you want to live your life, and it's not for me to judge, is essentially what he said. And then the other brother, he always has more to say, but he essentially said the same thing. He's like, it's not my place for me to tell you how to live your life. He's like, what you do to pay your bills is not my problem. So,
okay.
they're both supportive, but they don't want to know any more than that, which is fine because they don't need to know. So.
I love it. Oh,
we have got a great guest with us today. Carter James is with us, CJ Hot Wife. And she joins us today here on Fucking Around with Porn Stars with Giovanni Valentino and, of course, myself, Chigman Freud. I used to have when we used to do the Sunday show and we had comedian James Davis on, I used to always say the Jiggy Jaguar Experience starring comedian James Davis, which was supposed to be a put down to him, but he took that as, a
compliment.
That's a good compliment. So I don't want to say starring Giovanni Valentino because then he'll.
I don't want that. I'm a big on the superstitions. Big on the superstitions.
So CJ, talk to us a little bit about what you're going to be doing down there at Southern Pleasures Expo in Dallas, Texas in December.
So the expo is newer. Last year was so it used to be a fetish type Expo, from what I understand,
Correct,
is more kink related. And last year was the first year they kind of opened it up and really kind of turned it into something more like the Exoticas and, stuff like that. So for me, I will be there with a creator, I'll be there with my creator booth. I'll be selling merch, dirty panties, playing spin the wheel. So, you might win a lap dance. You might, I might get to sit it on your face.
Hey,
so,
I like the sound of that.
it's a fun way. Come meet me, say hi. I'm real. I'm not just some pictures that somebody stole on the internet.
We'll definitely have to have our media guys swing on by, one of our interviewers, make sure to drop by your booth. And so lap dance is sitting on face. I like that. See, that's not breaking a code of conduct. That should be what we get at a porn convention. I like that, CJ.
Right, right.
So you're gonna have your creator booth. Are you partnering with any other person while you're there?
It'll be so last year they didn't have a lot of space for the creator, so I did share a booth with somebody. So I'm not really sure what to expect this year. Okay. My husband is also a creator. He will be there, so I would assume if we aren't sharing a booth, we'll be in a booth right next to each other.
All right.
Well, we need to get the husband on the radio.
Yeah, where is he at? Yeah.
Well, today he's on daddy duty, so he's doing that.
Well, tell him he's welcome to come on next week. We'd love to have his take on everything. This, we'd love to have him on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, talk to us a little bit about what you're going to be doing content-wise, because of course, at Southern Pleasures Expo, it's a porn convention. They encourage people to make
porn. So, yeah.
They do. Right now, I know that they just closed the content creator list. So I need to go and make sure I know who's all going. I always do boy-girl content. Girl doesn't sell the best for me, because my fans want to see me get my back blown out. They don't want to see me scissor with another girl. It's true.
I love how you put that.
It is. There's no better way to put it.
After what I discovered the other evening, we may have a lady with a strap on who might be able to blow your back out.
Yeah,
my fans do like that. If there's a strap on involved, they do like that. So,
because it's something I just discovered last night at a swinger party. So
yes, they do. They like showing up with their strap-ons.
They do. So
go ahead, Giovanni.
No. What I was going to say, I wanted to pull on the thread there. So how early on during your selling period? Because I think a lot of people we have people that watch the show that are obviously just fans of the porn, and some of them are just kind of thinking about getting into it. So we like to hear when a performer, creator like yourself, and says, "Well, I know what sells. This is the boy girl sells. The girl girl's not my thing." How early into your creativity did you know, and your selling, did you realize, hey, girl stuff, it's just not working out? Like, how soon did you kind of realize that?
It wasn't necessarily that I realized it from the number standpoint, because I did get to meet so many other hot wives in the industry. It was a general consensus from them out the gate. And so, I filmed girl content, but it didn't take long to realize that was not a big seller. Which is really interesting though too, because I will have guys come on and be like, "Oh, do you have a girl scene?" I'm like, but again, it still just doesn't sell well.
That's good that and it's good that you had it. It's good that you were able to kind of see that though. There's a lot of people that don't sort of know what the buckets are that they need to be putting their sales, their creativity into for selling. So that's great.
Yeah.
All right, hijack the question, baby.
No. You're good. So, talk to us a little bit about your OnlyFans or ManyVids or wherever.
Yeah, where are the people getting this stuff? Yeah.
My main pages that I focus on are OnlyFans, ManyVids, and then those are the three main ones right now. My goal this year is to learn and conquer 2 new platforms, and so I do want to jump in and really hone in on Fansly and Loyal Fans.
Those are good. Those are good ones to do. We do like the team over at Loyal Fans. They're good folks, and so I think those are good. One that I often think. Have you heard of Clips for Sale? It's an old one.
I have heard for Clip. I've sat down. I think it was that one. I think I sat down and tried to figure it out.
It's old.
Yes. But we're getting there. It's
Yeah.
all a learning curve, and there's only so much my brain can handle in a day. So
No, all good.
I'm also very ADD. So I will sit down and like really like hone in on something for a week, and then I'll forget about it for a year. So it's a balance.
No, that's all good. I would assume that in that particular case, I think it sounds like hubby helps out with
Yes,
the
absolutely. Yes.
workflow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, funny thing about Clips for Sale, they're the OG. They're the original like platform for selling
Mhm.
stuff. The one thing about them is, and I'm not plugging them, Jiggy, by the way, that
No.
they
I
have
like
yet to
Clips for
sponsor
Sale.
anything. But here's the thing about Clips for Sale. So I'm putting this as my soapbox about it. One thing I like about them from an analytical standpoint, because they are as internet old as they are, their demographic skews with a bigger wallet
Mhm.
because of the trend line being that they're older, they're more established audience members who are
Yes.
still looking for good old fashioned authentic porn, and that they feel is a little bit more reachable, like they feel like they can get to understand the artist.
Yeah.
So I think from that particular perspective, I always recommend that to folks. It's like it is a little, I'm with you, CJ. It is a little wonky of a site. I mean, you
Mhm.
feel like you're in 1992 on the back end of that site,
Yes.
but you get past that. The people on there are spending money because it's it's a little bit more it's a little bit more easy for them to navigate. I think probably because it feels like it's 1992. So anyway,
Mhm.
just putting that out there. Jiggy didn't mean to
No,
make it
no,
a
no, no, no.
commercial.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
I like Clips for Sale.
I do. I love them too.
We make a
Good
lot of money
payout.
with Clips for
Yeah, we
Sale.
do
So
make a lot of money on them. Yeah.
that's fine. So we've got CJ Hotwife with us today. He joins us here on our big broadcast. So what is your Twitter and Instagram followings like?
Yeah.
What do you put out there for those folks?
On Twitter, I put out nudes, I put out trailers. I kind of fell off of the routine of doing it. We're getting back into it, but I put out the trailer of the video that I'm releasing for the week. That way, if it sparks someone's interest, they know that this is what's going to be there. But yeah, nudes. I do, real life. Like, hey, like I'm at a swinger event this weekend, or hey, like I jumped in the lake naked earlier. So some real time, some not safe for work clips, all of that. My mini vids is linked so people can see that, hey, this video sold, and oh, there's a little trailer to it, so it can help bring you, that trafficking too. Instagram is obviously safe for work, and then lots of bikinis, lots of lingerie, but that you can only do so much on Instagram. I'm shadow
Yeah.
banned on there most of the time anyways.
And remember, if you do not, if you take a photo of you in a bikini and you're not near a body of water, you will get flagged.
Yep.
Yes.
That is the
Yep.
strangest shit.
That's just so stupid.
That is the
Yep.
strangest shit. I don't. I tell you what, CJ. For me, the money shot recently from you was I don't remember how recently this was, but you were in the bathroom. I'm sure the folks at American or United were very happy about that shot. Good shot in the plane bathroom. I love that. Now I gotta ask the question: the cute guy next to you, was that your husband? You mentioned that there was like a cute guy next to you on the plane.
Oh yeah. There was just a cute guy. We overheard. So there was actually like 2 rows in front. I wasn't even paying attention to him. I was watching my show, and he tapped me, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on over here?" And there was something medical happening like a row in front of us. And so from there we started chit chatting, and he's like, "Well, what are you coming to New York for?" And I was like, "Well, I'm here on the tail end of Exotica, and I'm meeting up with my girlfriend, and we're going to be in New York, getting into some trouble," and explained everything. And so then from there he got curious, and
Oh
so
yeah.
I started asking questions. He wanted my Instagram and the whole 9 yards. And then by then we were getting off the plane, so I was like, "Well, we'll catch you later."
Way to leave him with a great memory
Yep.
on the
Yep.
plane. I love it. Nothing beats that.
So CJ Hotwife with us today. She joins us live here in our broadcast. So something you brought up a second ago that I would love to get your, because all you guys and girls and trans, we always hear about, like this stuff. You getting on the airplane and showing the boobs in the airplane bathroom, or You know, we're going to swinger parties like you were saying and all this stuff. But nobody ever asks the
We lost Jiggy. That
Oh,
vortex
we
got
did.
Oh no, I know. Now it's like this. You know, CJ. I guess that's one question while I wait for Jiggy to get back because I know that he was having some tech issues there. There he comes back. There he is.
There we are. It was just somebody wanting to talk to me about do I need Medicare or whatever the hell.
They were looking for your car extended warranty.
Yes.
They want you to show the little boobage there in the plain bathroom.
My favorite one is when they call me and they say, we understand you've been involved in an accident. And I said, yes, I got hit by a DeLorean going 85 miles an hour, and it had this damn kid behind the wheel and this crazy gray old haired doctor guy. But nobody ever really talks about the behind the scenes of the porn part. You know, my favorite thing that I always like to ask people, besides what I'm getting ready to ask you, is what was it like when you first started setting up those sites and you had to do the thing where you put your face in the oval?
Oh, it's crazy because then it's like move closer and you're like, and then it's like, no, you're too far. And then it's like your screen's blurry. I'm like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. It's like, please stare directly at the camera. Like, oh my God. Like you're trying to read the instructions. You're like, what the? Oh, whoops. Yeah.
You just can't upload the IDs and the face and just we're done.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Yeah, and you would think with all the technology that we should be able to do that by now. You would imagine. So CJ, you talked a bit about. I want to go back to the lifestyle thing too.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about, you start off in the lifestyle, you moved into the content portion of it.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of wondering from your perspective, the reaction from your fellow swingers, maybe who aren't publishing content. Have they been intrigued? Have they been shocked? Or do you find when you're meeting new people in the lifestyle, they're a little hesitant, thinking you want to fit? Like, how is that impacted? Like the actual production of porn impacted lifestyle stuff?
It's been interesting. We have people who approach me because I am CJ the porn star and they want that shot. It's not even a get to know me type situation. Like they just want to knock that off their bucket list. Honestly, for the lifestyle, for me, like I've always been about connections. That we have a small group of friends that we truly adore. And because of the lifestyle, because of creating, we've been able to really find that small group. That doesn't mean that we don't go out and meet new people and, potentially make new connections, but we still do. Some of them, they do, they love it. They're fans, they truly want to get to know me. Like I said, some of them, it's a bucket list item and they're never going to get that checked off at that point. I can always tell right out the gate. But then there's other people who, there was one couple, like we were at an event and we were just taking pictures like we do at lifestyle events, in front of the backdrop things. And he's like, don't ask her to take a picture. He told his wife, don't ask her to take a picture. Like he thought he would offend me. And I'm like, no, take the picture with, I don't care. I want to do all that with you guys. Like I am here to lifestyle. Like I'm not here just to put on a show. Like I enjoy this part of it too. Yeah. And I wouldn't come to the parties if I didn't. So it's kind of a mix of all of it.
I think that's great because I think a lot of people, you when you talked about the person said, hey, don't ask her to take a picture. Mm-hmm. I think there's a little bit of that. I know for both, Jiggy and myself and some of the people that we work with, I think we're all lifestyle people as well. Like my wife and I, like there's always like, we get the more of the whole, like, well, we really don't, like we get some of the people that are a little bit more like, well, I don't want to be in a production. I just want to have a good time. Like just because we work in it doesn't mean we're on all the time. I think there's a misconception. Yeah, people
do. They do. And that's the thing. They're like, well, I'm like, trust me, I have just as much off-camera fun as I do on. And then there's off-cam, like, well, that would have been cool if we filmed it, but I never, ever, ever, I never want to blurry that line. Like I enjoy having the separation.
Agreed.
That's awesome. Yep. So you mentioned that you do a trailer and you drop something every week. So what does that post-production or getting ready to do the promotion of the content look like for you?
I have an editor that helps me edit my stuff. I sit down usually on Mondays and I it's actually a lot deeper than people think. I have a spreadsheet. I have all my scenes. I know what's been released, where and when. I know what hasn't been released. So I sit down and I plan out the month. I know these 4 videos are what's going to release this month. I get whatever I need to that hasn't been edited to the editor. So that way he can get me the video, he can get me the trailer. And then, from there, I know, okay, well, this scene is dropping on Friday. This one's dropping the following Friday, XYZ. So then I know, okay, well, this trailer has to be released on Tuesday or whatever day it may be, both on the site and on Twitter. So that way, everybody's aware. And yeah, there's a lot more behind the scenes, I think, than people even come close to realizing.
And I'm glad you said that, because I think, this is my opinion, I think there's a lot of people that feel like, I talked a minute ago about how people think we're on 24/7 in this business. We're not. But there's also this caveat of thinking of that it's just easy. Like we're going in there, having some pokey fun, and then we go out and then that's it. And it magically gets edited, gets, posted. Yeah. So I'm glad you bringing that up, because that can be, that can be a week of work for 2 or 3 scenes worth of shooting in a week. And most people are unaware of that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So your husband is, I know you talked about it. I'd like to go back on that. So he's also doing the posting and everything like that. How involved is he with like the editing process? Does he tell them, hey, I didn't really like that scene? Or how deep does he go into that part of it? I feel like we both, the way I shoot, I try to shoot, as natural as possible. So I try to shoot without many stopping and starting and, any of that. So really most of my scenes are pretty easy to edit, maybe a little bit off the front, a little bit off the back. Maybe we need to stop for some water in the middle, but, unless it's like some crazy, like editing, we don't really dig too deep into it being, nitpicking it, because I know that as a whole, there wasn't much to be done from the get-go. He used to do the editing for me. And still does sometimes if I need like a really, really quick turnaround and be like, I forgot to do this. I need your help, So he is very involved. He's very quick. I'm like, I need this. And he's like, okay. So I need this. Okay.
And then I'm like, just kidding. I also need this. And he's like, now you're asking too much. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God. I love it.
So you're not in the whole thing of I've got to have something up every single day, every other day. Oh my God, I've got to just get all this content out there. You're not one of those people.
No, would it be? It's ideal to have that, absolutely. But I'm also fully aware that I can't. Yes, this is my life, but the minute I stress that, it takes up too much of my life. You know what I mean? I still need to live and be me. And, I can't sit on Instagram and post 6 times a day. And I can't, that's just not realistic, and are there days I get frustrated because maybe something didn't get posted? Sure. But I'm also so easygoing that I'm like, again, if I stress about it, that's taking away from me. So it's like, it is what it is, No, there's always tomorrow.
I think that's it's a healthy way to look at it. I think because there are people that when you start, because this line of work is fun. It's work. It's fun work. But the minute you make it more about, I think to your point, you said it best. It's more about, you don't want to have, the minute you're overstressing it, it sort of loses the joy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you kind of brought that up. And I think that's, and you know what, the other part too is it becomes white noise. If all you're doing is posting, oh my God, check out my smoothie, you're like in downtown Dallas at like the little smoothie place or whatever. You're like, oh my God, look at my smoothie. And they're like, okay, did I need that? Maybe
no. Well, and everybody talks about like, they do that bit by bit, they're like, because the fans love it. They want to see it. They want to see you being you. And I'm like, but I've never been that person to be like, here's my smoothie. It's so good. You should go check this place out. Like I've just not ever been that person. So for me to even try to be that person, and it doesn't look natural, if I do post it, cool. I'm genuinely like, that I'm genuinely like interested in it, but Yeah, it's hard to be the day-to-day person.
No, I'm with you 100% on that. 100%. Okay.
So CJ Hotwife with us today. You can find her on the Twitter machine at CJ Hotwife. So, I am so happy that you are just doing the minimum where you're like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm thinking
that's just
about getting on Fansly. I'm thinking about getting on because God damn, when I started this, I wanted to be on every single site there was. And now I got to keep up with every single site that there is. And the new one pops up every single fucking day.
It
yeah.
does.
There's
And then
loving
then you have to decide, is
fans.
this really going to last? Because how many of these sites pop up and then, they don't take off, they don't go anywhere, or, before you know it, they're bogged down with bots and you're just like, what is going on? There's one right now where I'm just like, I thought it was great. They sold me on it. And I'm like, nope, I'm good. It's like, I got to figure out how to delete it because I'm over it.
Yeah.
Who was
No.
that?
Yeah. Are you comfortable saying? I want to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fine. It was real me. I talked to the CEO. I thought it was great. And there's a lot of controversy with that one, other than me just being like, I'm over it. So it's,
Totally got it. Made sense.
Hell of a deal.
Hell of a deal.
Hell of a deal. So, CJ Hotwife with us today. She joins us live here in our broadcast. Going through your Twitter and going through your just listening to you here for the past 31 minutes or so here on the show. Not that we don't like these ladies, because I love the crew that everybody knows I'm getting ready to talk about. But I will have to say that I am so happy that your content is a little bit of everybody.
Yes.
And it's not just 1-800 black guys with abs.
Yes.
It's the same
guys,
5 guys at every expo with the same white girl.
Yes.
I am so glad you were not one of these people.
Yep.
Well, I never wanted to be. I love everybody. If I find you attractive, I find you attractive, and I'm not going to limit myself to that because you think I should be with only black dudes or only whoever. Like I'm going to fuck whoever I want to fuck. It's about me, not you.
There you go. Glad you said that way. Yeah, because we have found, whenever we've been setting up shoots with people, and it's like, no, it's not on my brand, and then we'll come back. Okay, well, who do you want? And then they'll tell us, and we're like, okay. And so then we realize, well, wait a minute, you just shot with the same guy, at the last 4 events. And it's like, we can get you these other guys over here who are just as fun loving. And, maybe one's Asian, maybe one's white, maybe there's a Hispanic, whatever, tall, short, sometimes a midget, who knows?
Yeah.
But then they don't want to film because it's not the same 5 guys. And it is a little strange. So I am definitely 100% with Jiggy on that. Thank you for being, for embracing the fact, because I mean, in the word lifestyle, there's openness, there's collaboration across everyone. So thank you for that as well. I appreciate that. So in terms of that, are you booked up pretty, or do you already have, like, how's your schedule looking at Dallas, thinking about work? I mean, are you and your husband already pretty much all booked up for your collaborations? You got everything neat? Are you guys pretty much filming the whole time? I haven't even started. Okay.
I haven't even started. My brain, I'm all over the place. And so I realistically have to focus on one thing at a time. And given that that's not happening tomorrow, I don't need to worry about it. It will happen, but it's like, I'm in New York this week. I'm in Houston this weekend. The minute I get off the phone with you, I have to go pack for both because I will come home, grab one suitcase, drop the other off out the door. So, it's like those 2 right now are my focus. And then once I get done with all that, I'll really start focusing on Southern pleasures.
I don't blame you. Yeah, we've been getting focused on that as well. Like I myself am based out of Houston, so I get you. And that's supposed to be dropping tonight to like 40 degrees or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's chilly here.
It's chilly. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's an interesting thing because I think everybody's timing is a little different in terms of how they do it. So for you, I know you were jokingly saying, hey, I've got ADD, my brain is all over the map.
Yes.
Is this again a place where hubby comes in and does a calendaring, or are you more scheduling? How does that dynamic work for Who are you scheduling with and how?
I've always done the scheduling. And he will. It'll be funny. Like somebody will DM and be like, "How do I, put me on the calendar for her?" And he's like, nope. He's like, that is all her. It's not that he could probably do it for me. I just have kind of learned, especially when it came like to being on the Hot Wife tour, you have a little amount of time to capitalize on as much as you can. So like, I knew what worked best for me in regards to, the orgies and the this and the that. And, that's stuff that he wouldn't get or, know. I could tell him how to do it, but it's just easier for me to be like, all right, I got this. We're good to go. So.
Yeah. And it's always interesting. Every couple has a little bit. So when they're emailing that email that you have on your, I think it's one of your pinned tweets, the bookings email, that's you? You were handling that the whole way?
That one's me. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Admiration. Awesome. Much respect. Yeah. I was about to say that's awesome.
Yeah. I have a little reminder on my phone that goes off that says, check your email.
I love it. I love it, CJ.
CJ Hot Wife with us today. So, how has the doing the porn and the lifestyle thing, how has one changed the other?
Yeah.
So it changed it in the sense of, we were already selective. Like I said, we like that connection with people. It's made us more selective. There's a lot of people who think that when we say lifestyle, that we only film. They think we don't do off camera stuff. And it's not that it's not that we don't, it's just, I only give my energy to so many people. So if you think that I only film and fuck, that's fine. That's up to you. But if that's what you think, that means that you aren't worth my energy anyways. But so overall, it has made me even more selective. And it really is too, because of, the whole testing standards and stuff like that. Like you have lifestylers that aren't out there doing that. And so I have to protect myself in that sense too.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That is awesome. So CJ Hot Wife with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. And by the way, if you missed our interview with Tommy Gunn a couple weeks ago, it is available on our website at jiggyjaguar.com. I'm still getting all sorts of people that are making comments about that. So I'm glad that we were able to do that, and then we followed it up with CJ Hot Wife, which is fantastic. So CJ, I have to ask, where did you get the boobs done?
I just got them done. They're brand new. Well, they're not brand new. They're like 6 months old.
Well, they're fabulous. They're fabulous.
I got them done at Dr. John Antonetti's office. He's at Clinique Dallas in Clinique Plastic Surgery Institute in Dallas. It's something like that. But Dr. John Antonetti is who did them. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, no, well renowned. Yeah, in terms of Texas too. Yeah, great work. Yep. All right. See Jiggy down here in Texas, we all know each other like that, even though we big state.
Hey, when you told me how you got that deal on the hotel thing in Vegas because the guy was a Texan.
Yep, that's right. It is a hilarious, and I'm CJ knows what to. So I think CJ. So from has there been any? Have you had the whole thing? Speaking of, I mean, have you been to have you had the whole HEB incident? You're in the grocery store and hey, I know who you are. Any of that kind of stuff yet happen on your day to day?
I definitely feel like I get stares and whispers. I was at the airport and I definitely heard like somebody yell CJ, but by the time I looked at, if I could have made them out, I have no idea. And then, there's times there was one time like at a lifestyle event, like a girl comes running up to me and she's like screaming and I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And she's like, it's CJ. And I'm like, but it was very sweet. It was it was adorable. But so the one time at the airport I got the yell at, and then it was the whole fangirl thing. It was great.
Oh my God, that is awesome. Quick question. It's more of a compliment. The nails. I love what you did with the color individually on each of those. Very nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll show you this hand because I broke my one yesterday.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's a pain in the ass. I know how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pay for them in this household, so I get it. No, mine are normal. So yeah.
So so your booth, you mentioned you're going to have a wheel. What else are you going to have?
I have my wheel. I hand out candy kisses with my QR code on it. I have stickers. I will have pictures to be signed. I gotta find pictures of ones I want to have printed again. But panties. Trying to think of what all I had last year. I don't think I was gonna steer too far from it, but just kind of your typical memorabilia stuff that people like.
Awesome.
Okay. Nice.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
So what is next for you after the whole Southern Pleasures thing?
Yeah, what's on the calendar?
On the calendar, I have some pro work that I'm in the midst of getting scheduled. That'll probably fall in December, early January timeframe. I'm definitely going to AVNs, which is about the end of January.
Yep. We'll see you there. Yeah.
But I'll definitely take downtime for the holidays and be home. But January hits and you're right back at it. So
yeah, this industry, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Well, I think that's great. I mean, one thing I liked about the timing of Southern Pleasures Expo is that it's just that right time in December where you can get everything, knock that out in that weekend midway through, and then you're all off to the family races with the holidays, and then boom, right back at it. So I think it was a good timing for it as well. Now, you said, I was curious. Now, did I understand correctly that you were there last year as well for Southern Pleasures Expo?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so maybe you can answer a question for me.
There we go.
Okay.
I heard from someone that apparently they cordoned off a floor and they just let everybody fuck. Is this because this sounds
was that
like
an urban legend?
This
or was
sounds like if you're going to violate code of conduct, everybody's getting arrested and getting a letter.
They did. I don't know. It was crazy. I did not partake in that. I didn't know anything about it until the night that it happened. The hotel that it was at had one of those lobbies where, like, when you walk around, you can look down. So when you looked up to the 10th floor, the whole balcony area, it's like black papered over. So I'm sure that they were running around amok up there.
I've worked one of those kind of parties before, so yes.
Yes. And I had gotten off the elevator. Me and another performer, her and I we were going down the elevator to meet up with our husbands, and it hit the bottom. It didn't let us off, and then it took us up to the 10th floor, and somebody was joking was like, well, you lost them to the 10th floor. And I was like, what is going on up here? So,
oh my goodness.
It was, I don't know. I'm not sure what was going on. I did not make it onto the 10th floor. I just stopped and then got off at the lobby.
Get out of the 10th floor.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Well,
that is amazing.
That is fun.
Well, you have been fantastic.
I have had a blast.
This has been great. I look forward to seeing you at the
Southern
Pleasures Expo. So, when you will get in, I'm assuming a couple days before, or are you just going to get in like 12th and be there?
I'm local to Dallas, so
right.
I'll probably roll in that morning. Okay. And between shuffling outside life and getting that handled first. But probably, I think the plan was to be there mid-afternoon on Friday.
All right. Well, we'll definitely be swinging by and make sure we put some coverage onto your booth, and we will be having the live feed from the event. Yes, as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing these from there. If you want to swing on by for a couple minutes and then just do that, we're going to be live streaming as well from the event. So we'll be happy to have you over. Make sure you let people know where your booth's at.
Okay, absolutely.
Fan base, absolutely. We'll be happy to have you on. And thank you as well for your time today, and also giving some advice. I think you put out some good thoughts and some good things for the folks that probably maybe they're on the fence.
Yeah.
About doing the content. We always want to make sure that we give tips and tricks out for people. So thank you for, kind of talking about that and going into how your process is. We really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for having me.
You have been amazing. Before we let you go, how do people get your stuff online and contribute to you and everything else?
Yeah, really find you.
The easiest way is www.cjhotwife.com. It'll take you to all my links, and you can figure out which one you want to use from there. But that's definitely the easiest way.
And it's CJ, the letter C and the letter J,
Yep.
hotwife, right?
Yep.
.com. Okay. All right. Well, that's great. Well, thank you.
Well, I appreciate it, CJ. Thanks for making some time for us.
Appreciate it,
of
CJ.
course.
Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you, guys.
Well, if you are enjoying what we do here, xbiz.tv for the video, if you came in late or want to see it again, it will also be on BitChute, Rumble, Clout Hub, Spotify, and of course, on Facebook. And CJ Hotwife has been our guest today. She is amazing.
Love her.
And CJ, I guess before we let you go, you know, I guess Instagram is the best spot for the safe for work, and the not safe for work is the Twitter machine.
Yep. And then Reddit, I'm slowly getting that one figured out, but I do have a Reddit too, and so there's definitely safe for work, not safe for work on that one as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, that Reddit's a little funky sometimes. That's
Reddit is very, as you're probably learning. You can't do shit on that platform until you build up karma.
Yes.
Karma. I gotta do my karma.
Karma and your verifications, and I mean, I get it,
Lord.
but it's a lot.
It is quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Well, CJ, thanks for doing this, my friend. I really appreciate it.
Of course.